This greenbelt is part of Enfield in North London, and now on the front line where parts of it could be redesignated for housing.
We can see the Shard, we can see Canary Wharf. It's just there, and I presume that, I haven't been over there, but I presume they can see us.
Rob Hayward's family have farmed here for generations. He promotes wildlife and sustainability, and he thinks the greenbelt should stay as it is.
It's the lungs of London, isn't it? I mean, you've only got to look at how beautiful this is. It's fantastic. I'm worried because it's not only it's just my livelihood or my children's livelihood, but of course we live here. We'd lose our home and everything.
Her home near Upminster in Essex is 300 yards from the approved route of the M25.
The greenbelt started to take shape in 1955 and has nearly always been under pressure from development. Here residents objected to the M25.
There's so much pollution in London today. It's so congested and filthy. We must have clean air around us.
This greenbelt site in Hillingdon is another target of the house builders.
In 1983, developers were looking at this site. The greenbelt now stretches for 40 miles from the capital, and also nearly a quarter of the land in London is greenbelt protected.
To give them away now is effectively selling the future, and that's not something we're prepared to do.
But there are those that think we should have a much more nuanced approach to the greenbelt. Not all greenbelt is as beautiful and as well kept as this. And so the argument goes, greenbelt protection is actually adding to the housing crisis.
We want to keep the greenbelt. It's a concept which stops us merging into other cities, but not all of the land within the greenbelt is pleasant, green and accessible. And we think politicians need to think carefully about the type of land that's in the greenbelt and look at sites which are of poor quality, potentially brownfield sites, close to existing stations, which could potentially be developed. But it needs to be developed with the local community, and it needs to have the right mix of homes, and there needs to be clear stipulations about the type of development that we bring forward.
Show us which is going to be the nicest bit to live in all of this.
This was Boris Johnson in 2014 as London Mayor, visiting a brownfield site in Enfield. Councils are set housing targets by the government. Here thousands of families are in temporary accommodation. The local plan proposes to build 25,000 homes over the next 20 years. But this brownfield isn't enough, so it includes 6,000 on the greenbelt. Although campaigners say those homes wouldn't be affordable.
If you look at greenbelt developments that have happened in Enfield or near Enfield, they simply don't deliver any social rent affordable housing at all. And in fact, the amount of affordable housing they deliver is very small. When they do deliver it, it's something called shared ownership, which is very expensive. You need to earn about £60,000 to £90,000 as a household to afford shared ownership. So building on the greenbelt simply doesn't deliver the type of homes Enfield needs.
The Mayor doesn't like Enfield pushing into the greenbelt, but without a sound plan, the council says government policy means developers will be able to try and build anywhere. Pressure on the greenbelt isn't going away anytime soon. Tom Edwards, BBC London.